In LEGO games, extras are another element that gives the games their trademark charm. Some of them are meant to be quite humorous, but others are designed for those of the hardcore gamer variety. But they've changed a lot over the years. We didn't always have baguette lightsabers, but the concept of extras has always been there from the start. So why don't we see how far we've come?
Hello there.
Lego Star Wars, the video game.
Nothing beats watching the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker if the entire world was made of plastic.
Don't try it.
This game introduced a lot to the LEGO franchise, one of those being the infamous extras. This game only has 10 extras, although that shouldn't be an issue as long as they're good. Just like the characters in this game, the way you obtain them is through buying them in the shop. Even though there are only a few of them, it's a breath of fresh air since most games don't have anything like this. These extras range from performance enhancements like invincibility, to goofy additions that are just there for the memes, like brushes. There's also one that changes every lightsaber to purple, which is an interesting idea, but it's just called purple. I feel like that could have been worded better. Either way, this was a very welcome addition to the LEGO gaming world. Let's see how Traveler's Tales expands upon it in the future.
I wish we still had our car.
SpongeBob, look! Our car!
In LEGO Star Wars 2, not only did TT Games bring extras back, but they also brought some new ones to the table. Just like last time, you buy them from the shop, but this time, you have to unlock a red brick first. Each extra except for a couple are tied to red bricks in specific levels. Since it works similarly, let's see some of the new extras. The first one is adaptive difficulty, which sounds like something that would have a massive effect on gameplay, but it really just affects the amount of studs you lose when you die. Next, there's fertilizer, and there's also daisy chains. You remember daisy chains, right? The extra that turns the lines of grapples into a daisy chain? No? Oh well, flowers are overrated anyway. And we can't forget the big one, the stud multipliers. These bad boys let us get even more studs than we already get. For example, getting a silver stud with the 2 times multiplier will give 20 studs instead of 10. This is a nice thing to have, but have you ever wondered, what happens when I use multiple at once? Well, when you have more than one stud multiplier enabled, it doesn't add, it multiplies. Having all the stud multipliers enabled together, you get 3,840 times the amount of studs. One stud is now worth way more, meaning you can get 4,522 Arby's Smokehouse briskets with just one silver stud. Once you use multipliers, you'll never be able to go back. Now, I'm sure that when you played Chancellor in Peril in the original game, you played as Palpatine and you were like, I want more of this. I mean, who doesn't enjoy playing as a secret Sith Lord who can't use a lightsaber or the Force? Thankfully, TT Games accounted for this and added extra toggle. With this guy enabled, you can now play as secret characters that can only be played in specific levels. So for example, if you have it enabled in one of the best pin levels, you can play as Han Solo locked in a space freezer. There's also Chewbacca carrying C-3PO, which gives you a backbling, and Toad Death Star, which is an extra that I didn't know what it did until I made this video. Apparently it turns bombs into Death Stars sometimes, so, yeah, that's about it. But it certainly doesn't hold a candle to Super Ewok Catapult. It's my favorite way to cause a public disturbance. If you played LEGO Star Wars 2 on Xbox 360, you may not be aware of this next extra. Having a save file of the original game unlocks Use Old Save, which allows you to use characters from LEGO Star Wars 1 in the sequel. You can finally introduce Anakin to his predestined demise. Jokes aside, this feature is a bit clunky. You can't use any prequel characters in the hub world, and on Xbox 360 you need to spend 99 cents to unlock them. Other than a few performance enhancing ones, that's all the new extras in LEGO Star Wars 2. With two Star Wars games under their belt, what franchise would TT Games tackle next? That question would be answered when on November 6th, 2007, Traveler's Tales released a brand new LEGO game.
You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or
Still to be happy about.
you're up 2-0?
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's a compilation of the last two games. Okay. Whether or not you wanted a new LEGO Star Wars game, TT Games made LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, which gave us new levels, new characters, and some spicy new extras. You get them the same way you got them in the previous game, but this time, there's nearly double the amount of extras. 18 new ones along with the originals, totaling over 4 times the extras of the original game. And just look at some of the new ones. Pooh Money, Dark Side, Super Slap, Force Grapple Leap, Stud Magnet, Disarm Troopers, Super Gunk.
I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me.
And so many more. Chances are you'll find something to tickle your fancy. Personally, I like self-destruct.
Kaboom!
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
LeBron James.
Scream if you love LEGO Indiana Jones The Original Adventures.
After 3 years, Traveler's Tales dug themselves out of the Star Wars hole and released LEGO Indiana Jones The Original Adventures. Because this franchise takes place in real life and features incredibly realistic plots, elements like the Force were removed in favor of more conventional elements, like shovels. This is pretty well reflected with the extras, because instead of having Fast Force, you have things like Fast Fix and Fast Dig. There aren't nearly as many new additions compared to the previous games. Just to name a few, there's Ice Rink, which makes the ground slippery, and Super Scream, which turned Willie Scott's screams into the most powerful weapon in the game. Overall, the extras are generally the same with some minor improvements, but that will completely change with the next game coming up. LEGO Batman the video game has two different types of extras, the more traditional ones we all know and love, as well as suit upgrades. If you didn't know, this game has a mechanic where certain characters can change suits mid-game that give the character a power-up. But if you have enough studs, you can give those suits even more features. There's fast grapple, fast batarangs, and more batarang targets for all suits. And for the heat protection suit, there's flaming batarang if you like setting people on fire. The other suits have upgrades as well, and they're mostly what you'd expect, like Sonic Pain for the Sonic suit. In terms of traditional extras, 2 new ones were added. The first one is Always Score and Multiply, which increases the studs you get when you attack faster. And the other is called Immune to Freeze, which grants immunity from your mom freezing your Fortnite account because you got a C in gym. The last extra I'm going to bring up about this game is Extra Toggle. Even though this one isn't new, it does have an exclusive feature in this game, being that it literally does not work at all. According to the LEGO Game Wiki, this was due to hasty carelessness, although it might have also been because Traveler's Tales was developing 2 games at once during LEGO Batman's development, and they might not have had the time to fully implement it.
For if by some minute chance you meet the challenge, your reward will be great. Behold! Whoopsie.
And just like that, we're back to the Indiana Jones franchise with LEGO Indiana Jones 2, The Adventure Continues. Despite the name, this acts more like a remake than a sequel. The first 3 films were rebuilt to conform to the new formula, and the only new film represented is Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So what does this game have in terms of extras? Well, it's actually quite interesting. Extras have always been divided into different categories by the community, but from what I can tell, this is the first time that they are categorized directly in the game. The color of the red brick now indicates what type of extra you'll get. Red bricks give you score multipliers, blue bricks offer more performance enhancing extras like invincibility, and green bricks can give you some quite humorous augmentations if I do say so myself. Instead of being in levels, extras are now spread out across the various hub worlds. In terms of new ones, there's Score times 3, which only ever appeared in this game, Snake Whip, and Fearless, which makes all characters unfazed, unvexed. Yeah, that's right, Snakes. I don't fear you. Go ahead, pal. Do your worst. You might think that because LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4 has brand new mechanics, there would be a massive overhaul to the extras system, but it was actually more of a return to form. The colored brick system was nixed, and all the extras are back to being represented with postage boxes, although they're still found in the hub world. Since there wasn't much change to the formula, let's look at the extras themselves. Most of the extras we're used to have returned, along with some new extras that range from Harry Potter related ones to extras that could have been in the first LEGO game. There's Fall Rescue, which prevents you from falling into the void, and Christmas, which gives every character a little Santa hat. Along with this, there are new detector extras for the new collectibles, a new fast extra for speeding up magic, and who needs the London Philharmonic Orchestra when you have singing mandrakes? In my opinion, the most influential new extra for this game is Collect Ghost Studs. If you didn't know, this game has a feature where a ghost character directs you to where you can progress the story. They're released ghost studs that fade away when you touch them. With this extra enabled, you can now collect them and have them added to your stud total. Nice. After a long hiatus, TT Games returned to the Star Wars franchise, and I have to say, what a reintroduction. I've said this before, but I believe that this is the best LEGO Star Wars game, and along with it comes some cool new extras. Super Speeders let you take down silver and gold objects with speeders. Super Saber Cut makes saber cutting faster, and then there are the neat visual ones. Dual Wield allows all Jedi characters to have two lightsabers. And Glow in the Dark makes your character shine brighter than Gumball's house in that one episode where Anais facepalms her head too much. It seems that what makes this game special isn't necessarily the extras, so there's not much to report. But the next franchise we're about to cover has never been represented in a LEGO game before. Coinciding with the release of one of the movies, LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean, the video game, released in early 2011 to an astounding meh. Personally, I thought it was pretty good, but on the other hand, I also think Epic Mickey 2 is good, so you might want to take my opinion with a grain of salt. The format of extras had a pretty interesting change. Red bricks were changed to red hats, I assume to fit in with the pirate theme. They're found in the hub world, and most of them are returning, so not a lot of new ones, but I think they're still interesting. Always Double Treasure works like Score times 2. Fast Forge speeds up the new Forge system, and Breathe Underwater gives you unlimited time underwater without losing health. There weren't any more new extras, so it seems like Traveler's Tales is really honing in their craft. Let's see if they keep this up for the next couple of games. After all of the Harry Potter movies were released, TT Games released a new game covering the rest of the movies. There weren't as many new extras added as the last game, but I think the new ones are more interesting. Advanced Guide puts stats on top of your ghost friend, which means it'll stop being useful once you complete the game. Thankfully though, it's pretty cheap, and it can really come in handy for newer players. Comedy specs allow Quibbler glasses to turn you into an epic Facebook meme, and Super Strength allows all characters to use big handles. Because this game is a sequel to years 1 through 4, it makes sense that there weren't as many new extras added, but there's still one more game to check.
Ça va être très sympa. Non, non, non. Vous allez rencontrer plein de nouvelles personnes. Non, 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 non. Vous pourriez même vous faire de nouveaux amis. Non, 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 non.
For the first time ever, a LEGO game has voice acting in LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes. When I started researching, I was surprised to see that the extras didn't include anything that affected the voice acting. TT Games went back to using traditional red bricks for this one, so let's see some of the new extras they came up with. One of the big ones is Friend Grab. This one lets you do this to your partner. It's actually different for each character, but I thought Robin's was especially goofy. This is apparently needed for an achievement, but I'm not exactly sure what it's called, and honestly, I don't think I want to know. Vine Grab is a similar idea to Daisy Chains, turning grapples into vines, and Peril Finder is something I'm surprised wasn't in the first game. It helps you find citizens in peril, which is a very nice feature to have in my opinion, since having this extra means you no longer have to find a needle in a haystack. That's going to be it for this video. While LEGO games have continued to release with extras since then, I don't own all the games. That's literally the only reason I didn't make this one video. If you guys like this video though, then I'll make sure to get all the games and make a part 2. I'll see you later.